Because if I ask you a question, or if I give you a question, I'm going to ask you, is it linear or quadratic? You're going to have to say it's quadratic. You're going to have to give me the reasons why. Okay? And then what you got for this one, you should have got negative 75, negative 100, negative 75, and 0. And then for this one, you should have negative 75, 25, negative 25, and 75. And then you should have got 50 for all of this. And your graph should have been should look like this. Okay? All right. Yep. For which one? For 25? Try it again. Try it again on the calculator. Should be 0. Should be 0. You're putting 20, not 25. Okay? All right. So, here's what we learned today. Okay? So, we learned that for linear relation, what degree do I have? For linear, what's my degree? And my equation is going to look like y equals something x plus something, okay? So the equation is going to look like this. A number, which is where we call it m, okay? It's any number, x plus or minus another number. How about quadratic relation? What degree is it? 2. And then the equation is going to look like this. Y equals a number, x squared, plus a number x, plus another number. Okay? Again, the plus or the minus, it could be anything. It could be plus or minus. And then the a, b, c could be any number. A cannot be 0, though. What did we learn for the table of values for the linear? Which one? The first difference. So for the linear relation, we learned that the first difference is constant. How about for quadratic? The second difference is constant. What do we know about the graph of linear function? How would it look like? Straight line. So it's going to be a straight line. How about for the quadratic? Parabola. Could be either way. Okay? So you should be able to tell me if it's linear or quadratic by looking at the equation, or by looking at the table of value, or by looking at the graph. That's the lesson. That's today's lesson. Okay? So the next couple questions are going to ask you to examine each question. Determine the degree and the type of relation it represents. Is it linear or quadratic or neither? So looking at the first one, what can you tell me? What kind of a function does it represent? Linear. And how do you know that? Good. So it's asking you linear, the type is linear, and then we know it's degree 1. How about the second one? What degree is it? Degree 3. So is it quadratic? No. Is it linear? No. It's neither. Okay? It's not quadratic and it's not linear. And all what we know, it's called a cubic function. Okay? But we don't learn cubic function here. Okay? So that's why we call it neither. Okay? So this is neither linear nor quadratic. Because this is a degree 3, right? So your highest degree is 3. How about the last one, 2x squared plus 7x minus 1? Quadratic. What degree is it? Good. Okay, because I know that the highest degree is 2. Huh? X to the power 4 would be quartic. It's not, it's neither. The only two that we're going to learn right now are linear and quadratic. Okay? Later on, we'll learn something called exponential. Okay? So, I'm going to let you guys do these two, but just by looking at the table, by looking at these two, can you tell me what would the first one be? Linear. Linear, right? Because you know from your equation, right? What should your second one be? Quadratic, okay? So you guys are going to fill this out. And for this one, yeah. Okay. This one is quadratic, and how do you know that? It's a parabola. And then this one is linear, and the reason for that is it's a straight line. Okay, so again, we've seen three things. That's three. Three things. Either equation, right? You should be able to identify it. If it's a graph, you should be able to identify it. And if it's a table of value, you should be able to do the first and second difference and identify it. The most work is going to be the table of values. Okay? All right. So I'm going to leave you guys to work on these two and find the answer for them. When you're done these two, make sure you start your homework. Yes?